All right, you ready?
Ready?
All right, you ready?
You ready?
Are you ready? All right.
All right, Smoke Circle Podcast, Episode 8. Welcome
Great.
back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, people.
This is the second and third time just now filming this episode. We filmed the whole thing yesterday, had a great conversation.
Great combo.
And the laptop just died. Like, it gave me the warning, but the warning wasn't even worth it. It just died within seconds after telling me that your battery's a little low. You should probably charge. And
Heartbreak.
yeah, it was just not fun. So we just scrapped it. We had a great conversation, so it's like we couldn't replicate it.
No,
so
didn't even.
hopefully,
we get another one.
We'll make
Yeah,
something today,
right,
but
right.
I mean, I don't even know. We don't even have too many topics. A little bit more of a lower end energy week for me. I'm not really doing much, and it's also shitty as fuck out.
Yeah, it's real
So
shitty.
it's
Yeah.
just like.
Like there was one good day this week.
Yeah,
I think it was
so,
like Tuesday.
Monday,
yeah,
Tuesday?
Monday, Tuesday. It was one of those days. It was just nice out.
Other than that, it's just groggy and like everything that comes with it, like life shit and just the physical shit going outside is just matching to everything, especially for me.
I get it.
But like it's just like I don't want to go out. I don't want to work.
Right, you don't want to do nothing. You just want
Nah.
to. You just want to. I
It's
get
like-
it. Yeah, no, I get it.
I don't know, that cloudy eeriness is just like fuck off. I'm not trying to do shit today.
I took my nickel board out on Tuesday or whatever day it was. I just skated like for the first time in like months, and it just felt cool.
I
Like to
gotta
just,
find mine.
it was just so nice to be out. Like
Yeah, I used to have the penny board. I mean, I guess that's definitely way too
Yeah, I was gonna
small
say
for you.
my foot on that.
I
My
used to have
foot
the
was
penny board
that.
then. I remember back in 6th grade, 7th grade when they like blew up, and like those people got them, and then the people who couldn't ride it like just kind of like fizzled out, and then the people who could ride it, you would see them everywhere. I took mine to school all the time, and like. If you know where I live, like going from all the way from our middle school on a penny board here, that's like a good mile, maybe 2 miles. Definitely not
I'm just
worth
skating.
it. Yeah.
Just skating.
And I'll tell you, one time I definitely ate shit, and I was just not in the mood to skate the rest of the way. I literally waited for my mom to get home from work, and I was like, pick me up, bro.
Not doing it today.
Ate some shit.
Nah,
Yeah.
me and Mike used to like. I used to be our way to go everywhere. Like people, all right, bro, we're heading up there. We're heading this way.
I mean,
The
yeah.
very first time, like when I hung out with Mike and I was teaching him how to skate, we were at the bottom of Farmville Station Hill, and like into
Yeah, I
the
think I know what
houses
you're
like
talking about.
down in that ramp area. He came like he was at a complete stop and he like just stood on the board and he like busted his ass.
Yeah, nah.
And then I was just like, from that day on, I was like,
I never really busted my ass too hard. It's surprising. Like I told you, like when I fell off, I think more or less I was just like, God damn, I was not having a good day that day either or something. But like I remember the closest calls of like going to the hospitals. Like one time in my neighborhood, like across from where I live over here, since we didn't move that far. In the back in the neighborhood, there's like a big steep hill that you can go down. And I start going down it, and I thought I like pretty confident, but then you start getting your first speed wobbles ever. But I was able to like stick it out because I think I had a little bit of knowledge of how to kind of like combat the speed wobbles or like just stay comfortable, like what not to do. I think I kind of knew more, but
nah.
there were some close calls where I like even in that case I almost like went into a dumpster and like I would have broke my shit. Flat Stanley style or something.
We were going to Connor's house one day. It was like a group of us, and we were all skating and all, and I was showing off, and we were going down that hill. And I had my ass out, like, just straight butt cheeks. And, I was making the turn, and I got a speed wobble, and, like, I either decided to pick up my pants or fall, so I fell. Ass just scraped across the gravel, right? I get inside and I'm so like defeated. I'm so defeated that I'm just like, I'm gonna nap and I just go to sleep.
Right.
I wake up, everybody's like, you okay, bud? Like, bro, I had like I had the worst scab on my ass cheek for the longest time.
I haven't gotten one of those type of scabs in a while, bro.
Oh.
Actually, I mean, I've definitely had
Mm.
some shit, but the last time I think I had something from like going on a bike or skateboarding was I think like the bike pedal went into my ankle, and I have like this crazy ass.
Is
It
it like
looks
in the
like
front, like the front, or
no,
like
it's on
the?
the back of my ankle.
Oh,
You probably see it when I wear like lower cut socks in like the summertime, but it looks like a raptor like took a little bite out of me. Like legit, it doesn't look like what you think it
num
is,
num num.
but it tore that shit up. Like I could see all the ligaments, and I like, I think we got back to
Good
like,
word.
hmm, the Baker's house. What's their names? Like Travis Baker, all those people. Well, we got back to
I
their
can't. I
house
don't
because
know
we
what
were
we're
we
talking
were
about.
biking across town,
Huh?
and essentially, I just get back to the person's house that we were at, and I look at my sock and it was a lot worse than it was. I might have, probably should have gone to the hospital or at least like NovaCare, but I just never,
Some
it
ice
healed itself
and
up.
dirt.
I got lucky though, cause now I see like TikToks of like people just even doing like the stick and poke tattoos, and then they have to get their whole legs amputated because you didn't take care of it or you didn't like do the right precautions.
Really?
You didn't see one like that? It was like
I don't even know what the hell a stick and poke tattoo
so
is.
stick and poke. I just
I mean, it
remember
makes sense. Like it's a stick and
Yeah.
poke, but I'm just like, why would you do that?
I mean, it's just the oldest version of tattooing, but like it doesn't. I mean, I haven't done it, but it probably doesn't hurt that bad if you're like you've gotten a tattoo. It's more or less like almost the same pain, but essentially you like have like an ink source and like maybe a stick. Usually not an ink pen, but like you have some sort of like funnel where the ink is
Mhm.
going, and then you have a needle at the end, and then you just poke that bitch in there. But I remember it was really common when I went to treatment and shit. And they were like, we should all get stick and pokes. And I was like, nah, I'm good, homie. And
I'll pass.
yeah, because I was like, bro, needles are not something to mess with for sure. Like, you don't want to be A, passing them around, or just mixing shit into your skin that you don't know. I was like, I'll just wait till I know what tattoos I want to get. Cool idea, though. A for effort.
A for effort.
But yeah, I saw a TikTok of a dude that got one, or he gave his friend one, and then his friend had to get his leg amputated. And it was literally like a smiley face. It wasn't anything big. It was literally like an inch, square inch. So yeah, never.
Yeah,
I mean,
that sounds
I never
something
mess
I
with it
would-
unless it's like the professional. There's
Not a fan.
professionals
Would
out
never.
there.
Would never.
Like
Stick and poke. Don't recommend.
stick and poke probably originates. There's like these ladies in Thailand that'll like, it's like a hammer and a needle. They also have that one where it's like they just sit there and they, and it's like the OG form of tattooing. I definitely want to try, but there's also like wait lists and all that shit. But also it's just
To
like,
go to Thailand.
yeah, you gotta go to these places because it's usually the elderly people that are like 70, 80 years old, and you gotta fucking like wait. Like I saw this one lady, if she doesn't feel like tattooing that day, she just won't. Like you can't just go in and expect it right on that day. You gotta like kind of stay there for a week, and you might get unlucky and that week's not your week, but
That week's
usually
not your week.
people say within the week. I would assume within the week you could get enough to like get some bread real quick or something. I don't know, but it's interesting, but also like, well, we got all this technology now, so we don't have to go there. But
It's cool to think about. You know what I mean?
it's interesting. It depends. Like me, I've obviously been into tattoos, so like I just want to experiment with like different stuff. But for someone probably like you who's gonna have like a couple, it's like you probably don't want to stick and poke. And that's such like a high school degenerate like kind of thing to do. Is like I'm gonna get a stick and poke. Like I don't know,
No, I get it.
but interesting. A good 5-minute conversation about stick and pokes. Also, I filmed this video earlier this week about the FTP stizzy, or just trying stizzies in general, because the battery's just a skin. It's really nothing special, but shit's pretty fire. I mean, I'm not gonna like boost its ego or anything. It's just a dab pen, but it is the live resin, so it's like dabbing a real dab, just in the little cart. But pretty impressed. I mean,
Shopping cart.
We were smoking it yesterday. And you got pretty fucking high. I think
was
the
pretty high.
indica's in there. Is it dead? No, it's just charged.
I'll finally go see Batman tomorrow.
Finally.
I know. My brother and sister want to go see it with me, so they bought me a ticket to go. But I'm excited. I have a lot of predictions, a lot of thoughts.
I mean, it doesn't get crazy.
I know it doesn't. It's not.
Like,
I don't think
A
it's
lot of
gonna
people
be.
have seen it now, and like I feel like you've heard the mid reactions of like it's a mid Batman.
I haven't looked into anything.
I don't know. Maybe it's just not as like pizzazzed out to be as like the last ones or like how he usually is referred to. It's a little more gritty, but also like the outcome is also not as like if you're like a Marvel fan and you love like you need an ending like a whole wrap up scene and shit might not satisfy you, but I think it's also because they're trying to allure to like there's gonna be more movies, so it's like you gotta get that kind of feeling of like cliffhanger or not cliffhanger. It's not a cliffhanger, but that feeling of what's next. Like you know what I mean? It's probably. Uh, I would say it's probably gonna get better. I would say this is a very tame Batman movie for sure. But you're gonna like it.
Of course, I know from the jump I'm gonna like it. I don't think like when I go into a movie, I don't compare it to another movie because I'm just like it's its own thing. It's not directed by the same person. The same people aren't in it. You know what I
not
mean?
comparing at all, but like
Yeah,
more
that's
in
why
the
I'm like,
sense of
fuck it,
like
I'll go see it.
what people expect to see.
And that's what I expect. Nothing. Like I just expect to see Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Yeah.
That's it. Just that guy play Batman.
I haven't seen Batman in so long, so like when I saw it, I didn't like. I don't know. I just didn't like. I was like, oh shit, another Batman movie. Like, wow, it's been a while. I didn't even remember the last one, so. But from what other people were saying, and then seeing like clips of like, I think the biggest review is that Gotham is like, actually like a ghetto, grimy, dirty place that they like always have depicted it as, which is kind of cool. Something I didn't like pick up on right away because in my head I always just kind of like narrated that story for myself of like, I mean, like there's different aesthetics of grimy, from like corruption to out like this is more like dirty and like like right in your face.
They
but-
show you Gotham. This woman, Zoe, Catwoman.
Uh-huh.
She's a big motivation for my movie scene.
That's why you want to see it.
Big motivation.
Yeah.
I love her.
She pulled it off. She pulled it off.
Oh, I
especially
bet.
With, like
No,
the whole
I-
Catwoman allure of like, I don't know, because
So good.
Batman and Catwoman like they have like, from what I remember playing like the games and even like all the different series of movies, they always have this relationship of like
Selena.
they love but they hate each other, and it's like interesting. You know what I mean?
I respect. Yeah.
It's
No.
like there's always like something right in between them, and I don't know. It's this aspect of like, you sit on the screen, and you're like, just fuck him already, or
I
some
know they
shit.
kiss.
You know what I mean?
I know for a fact they
That-
kiss. They have to. They,
I
they
mean,
just, they
yeah,
just have
obviously.
to. Obviously, yeah.
But you're
For
like,
sure.
you're honestly
I love
like,
this one.
there should be. You fought all this shit, and like, there should be a little bit, like
little
more
bit.
of like, not even like, in that sense of just fuck him, but like, maybe Catwoman would be more thankful, but they just kind of just you know. I don't know. It felt a little more stagnant of a love relationship scene. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you don't know much of it yet.
They're just building up.
Yeah, I forget
just
that it's
building
kind of
up.
just the beginning. Like
Yeah,
this
like,
is where Batman's like
It's
learning.
2 years. 2 years in.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I forget. It's also me trying to like remember where you are in the story. So like, I don't know, but it was a pretty good start, I would say. They definitely have to make another one. Obviously, it didn't flop. I wish it was rated R though. I feel like if it was rated R, it would be like perfect in the sense of like they would have a little bit more freedom film wise.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
NC-17 is where we want Batman to be.
NC-17. What is that? Like right between rated R and.
No, that's like
Oh, that's above,
that's
right?
above. I think.
That's like Adult Swim shows.
Yeah, like
yeah.
no, like worse than Adult Swim though. Like there's this
What's
one
worse
movie.
than-
There's this one movie. It's so like it's actually like very terrible. Like
No, I know there's like movies. that are,
but
like,
NC-17
rated.
movies like that, it's just like they
Yeah, I
can gore,
remember-
violence. They can
now
like.
that we
I
keep
would love
saying
to
that-
see shit like that in a Batman movie.
I
Just a
remember
gruesome
hearing that
Batman.
in school. You'd be like, "I watch rated R movies," and some motherfucker would be like, "I watch NC-17."
NC-17.
But honestly, I don't think there's that many movies that are like
No.
revered as
No.
good
No,
in
no,
the
no.
NC-17 rating.
American Psycho. That's the movie
Yeah,
I
I think
saw.
I've heard of that.
Yes. Yes. Popular. But yes, that's the movie. That's so wild. I forgot all about NC-17 until we just talked about it, honestly.
No, I just remember like, especially in elementary school, people would like, you know, you'd be like, "I have $1,000, I have $1,000,000," and then that motherfucker would come in the room and be like, "I have Google Plus." Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Get the hell out of here.
I never knew what Google Plus meant. I knew it just meant infinite, basically,
Google Plus.
to the like standard definition. But I mean, yeah, like get excited,
so
have some
wicked.
fun. Where you going? Alamo,
Mhm.
Regal, Cinema?
Alamo. I
Get that
think.
food.
No,
You gotta
bro,
eat,
I'm
bro. It's a 3 hour. Like you're gonna sit there and be like, "Damn, I need to eat something."
Yeah.
At least at one point through, and I got a steak and cheese, cause Alamo, in my opinion, there goes the camera.
Steak and cheese.
Do you want to hit it real quick? Maybe hit record. But Alamo has the best theater experience besides the fact that they don't have the reclining seats. But I get that because they have like actual food, so they would have to actually like clean so much shit.
That'll be pointless.
Yeah, especially when they serve food, bro. They serve like pizza, like steak and cheese, corn dogs, a little bit more gourmet. Like I don't even know shit, pasta probably.
Pasta.
Welcome back, by the way. Thank you for Elijah for taking care of the camera.
You're welcome.
But definitely probably like the top experience if you want to like eat while you watch.
Yeah, I love the Alamo. It's the only place I'll go.
But I realize it's
Good
the only
vibes.
place I'll eat while I watch because other than that, like when I'm like watching shows, I can't eat while I watch it.
Yeah.
I keep my
Really?
head down. Like I'm focused on the food. I'm like,
But
I'll
what
get
about
the
the
food-
tray? Like the tray's like up here. I kind of just like.
no. At the
sit.
Alamo is perfect.
Oh, at other
because,
places.
Like right when I'm watching here,
Oh.
or like
yeah.
on my computer right here,
You
I
just look
have
down.
to. It usually has to be something that I don't have to watch, like a
I get that.
podcast.
I
Like I
get
can
that.
listen to everybody talk. That's something that kind of like I can still listen to in the background, but rarely the Alamo I can like sit there and like. But I feel like it's just like the way you sit, maybe as opposed. You like look down at the screen.
Can't wait though.
Yeah, bro.
It's
I mean,
7 something.
you're going with a couple of people. You said.
Yeah, my brother and sister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
They haven't seen it at all, or they're
They haven't seen it.
damn little late squad.
Dude, they're always late, and then like I gotta wait on them. I could have saw the damn movie that day that
Hey.
you saw the movie, bro.
we know how it all went. I wish we could have saw it together. And,
Not even just
but
that.
I had
like,
a great time seeing it.
I
So
bet.
you know,
The movie.
it all goes one way, and now you're seeing it. So,
Yeah.
but
I'm not really upset about it, honestly. I kind of forgot about it for a minute, not gonna lie. For a minute, I just was so focused on
I want to go to the
everything else.
movies more, bro. But there's no.
nothing else.
I think the thing before I saw this was Dune, and
Really?
yeah, that was okay. I mean, I feel like there's more people that were like in the lore of it to like it more.
I wish you were in the, what's it called, anime. They have a new movie releasing. Jujutsu Kaisen 0. It's coming like,
There you go.
March 18th. Oh, it's already out.
It's April, damn near.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
There you go.
No, I'm kidding. on a stream tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna try and hop on stream. Check out Elijah's stream.
He's not gonna hop on. I'll
We'll
hop
see.
on.
We'll see.
I'll be the only one.
I was feeling a little like drained, but ever since I took a big glass of water down, kind of refreshed me, and like gave me a little like boost to energy. Maybe woke me up.
Aquafina.
Nah, Aquafina's that bad shit.
That's what I just call water, bro. I just call it Aquafina.
Aquafina.
I don't drink Aquafina.
Nah.
Dasani, bro. That's the way to go.
Oh, how was bartending?
Oh, it was okay. I had to think for a second. I was like, yeah, I was bar backing. I'm bartending.
What's the difference in that?
Yeah, I'm not really. I like do more of like
Preparing. You're like,
yeah.
what do they call the food runners? You're not a waiter.
Yeah.
You're not a cook. But you run the food in
Yeah.
between. You dress the plates. You put the extra carrots and shit on top.
I didn't do that, but
I mean,
I know what you mean. I know
in
what
the
you mean.
sense of a bartender, like you probably
bar
like
back.
rim the glass, clean the
I
glasses.
just clean
Yeah.
glasses, put glasses back.
So you're a glorified
Or I'm like a
bar dishwasher. Hey there.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, sir.
take an easier route out, especially on.
Well, no, it's
St.
just
Patrick's
it's
Day.
just for a training until
Oh.
I understand it.
But
Because
did
again,
you
I don't drink. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah. Did you do any serving though?
Mhm.
Like, oh, how'd you do with that? Did you fuck it up?
Why would I fuck it up?
I don't know. I
You know
see
how
all
I
these
am?
videos where it's like they give them the beer and they're like, "This isn't a full fucking glass."
No,
usually in England.
no,
They
they taught me how to pour. Mike's really good at teaching
Uh,
how to pour. He's a whole technique.
I assume it's just not that hard.
It's
but
not really that hard.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you can eye it and be like, all right, you tell it that's not a full beer. But
Yeah.
sometimes you can just be like, yeah, fuck you. You know?
But some people don't trip, huh? Unless it's like
Me, I wouldn't trip because like I'm not a beer person. Like if you short me a
bro,
beer
That shit's nasty.
and I get a discount on it, it's like I don't really care. I'm not really a fan of it.
Beer is disgusting to me.
I like
I
Corona.
just can't. I just can't.
Not even a Corona?
None of it. None of it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I like a Corona.
If that's wheat juice, anything, no.
Okay.
I mean, people tell me about these slushy, like, flavored ones. Like, I just don't know. I just don't know. Like, that reminiscence of, I don't know, fermentation. It's like kombucha.
Kombucha.
Yeah, I thought I would like kombucha, but it's like, it gave me and reminded me the same exact, like, essence of beer.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've had other fermented shit. Maybe just the liquids aren't cool. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, every time. I haven't tried cider or any wine. Disgusting.
Wine, yeah, not a fan of that.
That
It just
shit's
tastes like,
nasty. But, like,
nothing.
props to you. Like, I don't have anything against it.
I think I
just
like
don't like
Coronas
it.
due to like growing up. It was just like something to have at a family barbecue
Yeah.
or
Beer.
my family did Heineken.
Yeah.
My uncle did Heineken. I never
Yeah, every
understood
family
that.
is like, it's kind of like a football team at that point. So my parents used to do Michelob Ultras, and then they went Bud Light, and then they did like Coronas with the lime.
I like lime.
All that
Me.
shit. I
Me.
mean, it was so present, so like I kind of knew the whole lingo and shit of all that. I just like, even from like, bro, like my dad used to give me little beer sips as a kid. Did your parents ever do that?
My aunt
Like,
was
yeah.
the queen of it. She's
I
like, I got you, nephew.
Bro.
Shout out, auntie.
And I'm gonna say this, and like whatever comes off nasty, because I was so young. So like I think I was just learning everything.
Mm-hmm.
The first time sticking my finger in my ear, and feeling earwax, I tasted it and I was like, this tastes like beer. Like that, and since like that like 2-year-old 3-year-old thought I had, I was just like, bruh, beer tastes like earwax to me, and like. I don't know what to say of that story. I mean, I just give my props because I was so young that, you know, you're such a kid, like 2-3
But
years old.
I just would have never thought.
You would have never connected those dots, huh?
No, because like I don't know what earwax tastes like. But
You never
like,
did that? I was like, I'm telling you.
No, I get
was,
it. You're probably young, but I'm just like, I never in my life was like
yeah.
growing
like,
up, my mom was like the queen of just like, come here. And she just cleaned my ears like throughout. And like now I do it now, but like I don't.
like I do all that. Like
Oh no, I do it too.
no, like in the sense of like it was my first time ever even like testing I was
Yeah,
like
no,
I never thought of
wanted
the
to.
thought
No.
of putting my finger in my ear, and when I put it in there I was like, there's stuff in here? And I was like, that's why we do those things. I mean, because you always, regardless, have earwax in there. But I like got a little reminiscence, and I look at my finger and I just go, nope. I'm like, this tastes like that shit Dad gives me. And then
Never sipped it again. He was like,
ever
nah, I
since
know
that,
where you get this
I
from.
always
sir.
get that. Like, I don't even know.
That's
I
funny.
love root beer though.
Root beer is the best. You ever had
That's
Lost
fucking
Rhino
fire.
root beer?
Yeah, yeah.
my favorite.
My
We
work
have that
did
at
an
job.
event, bro, and I was just running back. I took like so many dabs before I went inside, like cotton mouth, like shit. But also, it tasted so good that I just kept running back until my stomach was giving me that kind of.
We have a keg of it.
Belch.
A whole
Damn.
keg of it. And
That's-
it just sit, like, bro, we're allowed 1 cup a day, the workers. 1 cup. For a good reason. It's just that good.
I mean,
Like,
bro, I
it's
pull up to a
that
bar
good.
and just drink root beer.
We
Like-
should go to my job and get root beer floats. They make
Yeah.
that shit. I've never had one.
Fuck
but
yeah.
I'd
Let's
do
do it. You want to do that tomorrow?
Sure.
Or we can go. I mean, I don't
Well,
know.
tomorrow,
I didn't have it.
I'm off. I mean,
Oh.
I'm going to Batman at 7. So,
Batman. Well, we'll figure it out. Saturday.
I was going to say Saturday, Sunday. You got
Something
me.
like that. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Free as a bird.
Because, bro, I'm just
Also
sorry.
Streaming.
If cannabis was in an open environment, if I could just, like, that's why I kind of got the stizzy as well. Is like, I'm going to test this theory out. If I can just go out
You can.
and.
But you can, I can literally, the bar across the street from my job, we go in there weed pens all the time. No,
Yeah,
literally.
I guess so. I mean, more
They-
or less,
they
it's
do
just
not
like
care.
I have been like,
I'm not going to.
like straddle a little of like, the people you are with sometimes will be like, what are you doing? Like, they all be drinking, but the second you pull out a weed pen or like
Yeah, no,
weed
we've-
shit, they look at you like a crackhead, and you're like,
Yeah, everyone has one. It's so fun. Not everyone,
Nah,
but it's
I
like
mean,
the
yeah.
3 of us. Like when the 3 of us go out, it's like me, Case, and Greg. Greg's cool too. Like you gotta meet Greg. I want Greg on here one day. Just
Hey,
I
man,
promise
don't
you.
pull him through.
I promise
I
you.
don't care.
He would fucking love you, bro. Greg.
just pull them
Greg,
through.
I'm gonna show you this
Smoke
clip.
up.
And you're gonna come
Have
here.
some fun, Craig. Pull through.
Greg.
Learn a lot about you.
Greg. You said Craig. Pull through.
Craig or Greg?
Greg.
Greg. Greg.
But yeah.
Apologies.
We pull up to the bar. We'll sit at the edge of the bar, order like 3 beers right after work or whatever. Or I'll come back because I have to drop a coworker off at home. Come back, hang out with them, and we'll just chill. And I'll just smoke and shit. It's just, it's really cool, bro. I never go out, but like I
Smoking
go
root
out
beer.
and drink with them.
Yeah, I haven't even bought alcohol since I turned 21. I never bought 1 drop of alcohol.
My first purchase was for my boss as a Christmas gift. I got them like this really nice bottle of wine.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, I walked into the little wine shop over there, near like Giant and all. And they're like, hey, like, can I help you find anything? I was like, I have no idea what I'm looking for. Like, can you help me? He was talking to me about so much stuff, like how much like thought process goes into wine and all that. I'm sitting there, I'm like, that's just too much. Like, it's so much like extra stuff. Oh, this has been aging
yeah.
since 2015, and I'm like, why? Why?
Yeah.
It gets better apparently, and I'm like, what could be better? I don't know.
I mean, it's
Ferment.
almost the same as like when I cure
Fermenting.
that weed in there. Is like the longer you keep it in the jars and you do that burping process.
But
it's
like
a
5
fine wine.
years.
Some people do it like for like a year out. I mean, you could essentially do it as long as you want with weed as well. But I mean, usually like a year is also going to be like the pretty high stand. So I don't know. It's not as famous as wine though, for sure.
yeah, 'cause
where
wine-
it's like
yeah, you know,
20-year
that's what I'm
bottles.
like, what
there's not
the
20-year
fuck?
weed. Maybe just because also weed hasn't, 20 years has been a lot for the cannabis industry. And maybe in the next 20 years, who knows, someone out there is probably doing it the same way. But it's definitely like, for right now, wine is like 20-year bottles, and it does have an effect on it. Like, maybe it's not worth the price, where I've seen like I've definitely seen celebrities pay like $30,000 for wine, or I even saw at that Salt Bay restaurant, it was like 2 bottles of wine were like 8 grand, and I was just like, absolutely not for a bottle. For a bottle, it's like the size of a fucking liter soda.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely not.
I would never.
I'll buy $100 eighth.
Before I do anything like
Before I
that.
do
Nah,
something like
no,
that.
bro. That's fucking wicked, actually, to think
I
about.
mean, realistically, in the weed world, I don't think there's anything of that price, more or less, like, until you, like, buying pounds of something. But if, like, say, like, what would you equal, like, a liter or a glass of wine to weed? Like, how long would that be? An eighth? A
A
cube?
glass of wine?
A whole bottle.
A whole bottle?
Well, yeah, if you had to equal that in a weed sense, which it couldn't be, but, like, more or less on how long it would last, like, an average person.
Probably, all jokes aside, I just fill up a wine bottle. With nugs, you know what I mean?
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, how much weed do you think a person would last as long as a wine bottle would last them? Like a wine bottle, some
Cause
people.
no, cause like my thing is like it all just depends. Cause like,
Some
do you
people,
drink more? Or do you smoke more? If like, I
Yeah,
understand,
but-
but it's like the comparison is like, well, how would it last? Like which one
Nah,
would
yeah.
you know what I mean?
That's what I was saying. Is like you can't really
You
ever
can't do
compare
it.
them. But I mean, I'm more or less just trying to think of like the money's worth, or like the. I feel like an eighth equals a bottle of wine, for most people. Most people
Okay.
drink a bottle of wine throughout the week. You smoke an eighth
I was gonna
throughout
say
the
my first
week.
person I thought of was Donovan. I was like, nah, nah, Donovan.
Donovan buys like a gram or two every week.
That's what I'm saying. Wouldn't last him. Like that sound like it wouldn't last him.
He would drink just a little under than a bottle of wine.
Under. Over.
I get. I mean.
Shout out Lee. Shout out Lee. Happy birthday.
Oh yeah! Shout out Lee. Happy early birthday. It's like 3-4 months in advance. 2 months almost. It's almost April. Goddamn. Springtime.
Happy birthday, Lee. Happy birthday, Lee.
Happy birthday, Lee.
No, I'm kidding. It's mine. He's gonna be on here soon.
Yeah, we'll see. We're trying to get another mic lined up. We still need to get the extra arm for it, for you, because like tapping on the table, then we can also just do that freely. Like we can move stuff a little more, because you can hear it on your mic a little bit, not as much. But then also we need another mic, which means we need another output. But honestly, we're gonna test it with the Yeti, because I haven't worn the headphones for the last 2 episodes, so I just wing it on like
Audio.
dude, we
and
could
stuff.
have auto tune on this whole time and like we're fucked, or we could have the echo
Would we be
like
fucked?
this.
Would we be fucked? I think it'd be pretty cool if we were
I
auto
think it would
tuned.
get so annoying for the viewers after like 5 seconds. Just like
You can see
Like what? Let's show them auto-tune.
by.
I'm not even gonna torture your ears. It wouldn't turn on, but
So I'm not gonna torture your ears.
yeah, like I don't know.
I get it though.
What fucking holiday's up next? No holidays. Oh,
Easter.
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 There's not much about Easter. Like once you get older and you get past the bunny and the baskets.
What do you mean get past?
Hey,
What do you mean
I
get
got
past?
past it when I saw the creepiest bunny picture from my sister, where you can see the man in the suit just looking, and he has like those creepy glasses on, like those pedo glasses on, and I mean, I respect to him. He's probably not, but he
He
just
said
like
respect
everybody
to him.
back in the day looked like that dude that was just like living under some girl's basement, waiting to strike.
It's terrible. It's actually awful.
I mean,
think
dude,
about it.
that's
You know what I
just-
mean?
I mean, when I was younger, I saw that picture. I was like, yeah, I don't like Easter that much.
Maybe Easter isn't for me.
Yeah, and also going to church, especially on Easter Day, it's so long. One time, or 2 years in a row, me and my mom went to the church before, and we forgot, or the night before, like the mass before the night of Easter, day of Easter, goddamn. and it was a 4 hour. I shit you not, 4 hours. People were sleeping in the church. Like, older people, not like just
I
like
know what you mean.
like kids, old people, adults. They would sleep, wake up like 2 hours through, and be like,
Thank you, Lord.
"Thank you, Lord." Yeah. And there was like a whole different like, dude. This was like so long ago when I was a kid, and like I think it was when I was going to Catholic school, so I was probably like in elementary school, and this just felt like the most like extensive exercise of like a Catholic Christian church of like we walked outside, we all lit candles, we stood in two lines, and like I was just like, God damn, what is this special little Easter egg I fucking found? Literally.
They
Was not a fan.
They suggested we do a pot one today up on the what? Oh, you scared? Oh, they were suggesting that we do a pot one, like we fill up the eggs with pot that Chuck and Val did at our house.
Fill up the eggs with pot?
Yeah, like do the egg hunt.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Goofy. They were like we're
We
not
have
too. We're
real
not.
people searching. I could, like, if I had a good following right now, I would do those, like, giveaways and give, like, a
Put
big
one
Easter
at
egg.
Walmart.
Yeah, and just be like,
Go.
go to DC and just drop it. Be like, come here. Like, it's
Come
right
here. Get in the van.
To see these motherfuckers sprinting. Get in the van.
I don't know. See, why'd you say yeah?
Hey,
See, you got caught.
talking Ted
You
Bun-
got caught.
Nah,
you
you on
said
your
yeah.
Ted Bundy
You're the
shit.
one that said. You the one that said bring him down
If
to
anyone's
DC.
living under some girl's basement, it's you.
Bullshit.
And staring at me through the bunny costume, it's you.
I would never.
If
no.
we were back in the 80s, it would be surprising. Like, you would have those glasses, and I would be like,
Why would I have those glasses?
just because
I have
you'd
20/20
just be
vision.
that guy.
I'm that guy.
You don't have 20/20, do
I.
you?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yes, I do.
You probably. Everyone's gonna need glasses eventually, though. Like, sad part. But that's what I'm not looking forward to as I'm getting closer to being 40 and I'm only 20. Is like gonna have to squint at the paper and the screen and be like, what does that say? What? But I got 20 years left of being better than those people, so
I think it's very important that you say I love you today to your parents, if you love them and shit. Just say it, I don't know
go
why.
ahead and say
30 seconds. I'm sorry for just zoning out. Like, I just had a moment. I was like, dang, I didn't say I love you to my parents, like, in a minute. I was like, hey, let me shoot them a quick text.
I mean, just
Say
really
I love
anyone,
you.
man. Just
Oh,
don't.
yeah, anyone. They don't have to be your parents. Say grandparents, aunts, uncles, it's time to just start reaching out. I suck at that. Not gonna lie. Like, I instantly just, like, sometimes I'll just zone out for a week. So
Yeah.
focused on work, school,
You
doing
lose
other shit.
yourself.
Yeah, like, and then when I snap back into reality, it's like, hey, you have people who care about you
Yeah,
that
especially
you don't, communicate with. It's like you should change that.
with my mind, like if it's just not in front of me, I just don't think about it. It's like,
And that's
not like I
you know what
don't
I'm saying? It's
care
that's
about
the same way. It's like
but it's also not my fault. Like that's how I've always worked. And sometimes it helps to its degrees and has its benefits, but yeah, that's where it takes shit. Is like if it's not in front of you or like you're not directly focusing on it, then sometimes you just don't put as much effort into it. And it sucks, but you just gotta get through that shit, man.
yeah, it's always important. Keep the ones you love close.
It's too short just to
Way too short.
argue over small bullshit and let that ruin a potential good time or
Right, and
good
it's like
outcome. But
I'd rather forgive and teach someone to understand that, hey, this happened, you made me feel like this or whatever, and then it's like move forward. Don't hold on to stuff forever, because if you hold on to
Yeah.
things forever, it's like that'll always weigh you down. You can never move forward.
Dude,
X, Y,
like,
Z.
yeah, and exactly, like, honestly, and sometimes it just goes like that, but my biggest fear in that is not even of not getting the outcome. It's more or less just, like, because I've had this situation happen too many times of, like, losing that person
Mm-hmm.
physically and, like, having it just sit like that. Like, there's relationships that I've lost in life, and, like, those people have died, and, like, you're just like, that's the last.
Is it in the sense of like, dang, I wish I could have worked on this one, or what does it mean? Like, or is it just like, hey, like this is where it ended here, and it can
It's just
never.
like, I wish you could have. It's like that feeling of just like, I've always had it, especially with the most recent ones, of like, if I wish I could have at least been there. I know I couldn't control the outcome, but if I could have at least, been on better terms, I wouldn't have felt so shitty or something like that.
Do you think that like opens up your eyes now to be like, hey, I should be more this way, da da da? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think now that
Um,
that changes your perspective on like how you should go about things?
it's hard. Sometimes, like, yes, most of the time, yeah, like, but you have the human aspect of you where I'm also still in this part of life where there's still a lot of shit happening, like, not in good faith or favor, which, like, we've talked about off the podcast, especially with my family, and even close friends, like
Right.
stuff like that, struggling with addiction, just not suitably being financially like stable or like doing the right things. I don't know. Like, I think that human aspect still comes in of like, it's always gonna keep happening, but that's just anxiety. Like, I think like all those bad voices, there's always gonna be a contradicting source of like, it's always just gonna keep happening, but that 90% of you really has to like come into that effect, especially in those times, and then be like more optimistic about it rather than sit there and be like pessimistic.
No, I get it.
I don't know, pretty
I just feel
basic
like,
ass
yeah, but I
advice,
but
but
I just feel like you just always have to look forward. Like, take things as like lessons. Like, everything's a life lesson, no matter what it is.
yeah, and it's crazy when you experience things like, especially like you think you would experience certain things like later down the road in life, and you've experienced a lot of it very early on,
Unpredictable.
especially in childhood where you're still like trying to figure things out for yourself. So like that kind of installs barriers in how you grow up as well. But like, yeah, like, you just gotta like look at the upsides of it, I guess. But from time to time, you get stuck in that shit of like, it'll just keep happening.
I'm gonna give advice here that was
Uh,
given to me that I feel like is very important. But your job in life isn't to always take on other people's problems. Okay, so like when someone comes to you for advice, and you're like in the very like open-minded person, you accept everything, X, Y, Z or whatever. If you feel like you're taking on too much, it's an opportunity for you to stop. Stop taking things personally. You can't accept other people, like all their problems. Like your job isn't to help them or to give them answers. It's just to listen.
right.
You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes people take that as a job, and they take it too serious, and it gets overwhelming because they're like, oh, I'm doing this, or this
Yeah.
person has this problem. But it's like at the end of the day, you're stressing yourself out with other people's problems, and it's like, just focus on you.
Yeah, 'cause it's like, I don't know.
It's very important to just make sure that you are okay, that you are put first, because no one will put you first except yourself. It's just like that's
Yeah,
very
everyone's
important.
stuck putting themselves first, so it's like, you gotta remember,
Right.
at the end of the day, it's like, wait, you're a person.
You matter, motherfucker.
But,
You
I
matter.
mean, shit, we've been going for 44 minutes, so.
And you want to know something funny? No idea what we talked about. Like,
No idea.
important shit, I know, and like cool
The
shit.
episode could
but
be
it's just
dog
like-
shit, it could be good.
But it's just like, it's just us talking, and I like this. I
Yeah,
like
just
being able to
rambling.
just ramble.
Yeah, man. So, Smoke Circle Podcast, episode 8, not 9.
Not
8.
9,
Next
but
time's
8.
gonna be 9, and after that's gonna be 10.
10.
And then we did double digits, and
And
we
then it's
never
fucking
even
over.
thought we would do double digits.
No, we didn't. Actually,
Um,
low key, he did. In my head, I was like, I don't know. In my double digits material, I thought I was gonna be off after episode 3. Not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah, not even for like me. It was just like, all right, Elijah, co-host out, and I was gonna be like this. It was great doing a pleasure.
When I did the first one, I was like just sitting there. It's just so hard to talk by yourself. Like I see like people like Theo Vaughn, other podcasters that are like just themselves, and I'm like, bro, I could never. Like you have to make a conversation with yourself, and then make sure it's like transferable to like an
right,
audience.
I get that, and you're just like this, like, and it's like that, like it's just you.
Yeah.
Nah, that would be the most. Yeah, no, I get
It was
that.
very awkward. So thank you for sticking by.
Of course.
But yeah, this was episode 8. Thank
Episode
you for
8.
watching.
Thank you guys. Have
We
a great
still-
night.
yeah,
Or, no,
gotta get
wait,
this camera
Not even
recorded
night.
so
Not
you
even
can
night.
see us.
It's like 4:20. It's like 4:20. He posts these, right? 4 something. He posts these typically around like the same time.
Kind of like 4 o'clock. 5
Yeah,
o'clock on
alright.
Fridays. All right.
Alright, you guys have a
Smoke
great
Circle
night.
Podcast, episode 8. Thank you.